Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
Hey, SHMACKEMAGOB! I'm here with my master and savior, Avie, my little girl. Why are you so cute, huh? Do you have an answer for that? Yep, that was her answer. A smooch. Alright, she's very tired. I just woke her up. I'm mean to my savior. But anyway, hey, it's a classic rock album review of Boston. Don't look back now. Man, when I was a little kid, time went by so slow because the first Boston album came out in 1976 and boy did it ever explode. Stop looking at me. And I remember vividly back then how, you know, the first album 76, this one came out in 78. And it was an eternity back then. 2 years. I mean, I remember a lot of people complaining, going, man, they're taking forever to make an album where, shit, the next one took, I think, 7 or 8 years. And Tom Schultz complained saying that this album was rushed by the record company, believe it or not. And it started a whole war with Epic Records. And he said, you know, he complained that it wasn't finished and that it's too short. It needed one more song. Now, I mean, I've always loved this album. I bought it when it was new. This is not the original one I bought because that one scratched the hell, so I ended up buying it again at some store, used version that sounds really good. And I remember, man, when I first bought this, I already owned the first Boston album. I bought this and I was so content. Looking back now, it's like, yeah, man, that first one's impossible to beat. I can't say this one's better, and anybody that does say this is better than the first Boston album, you just want to be that person. But I'm telling you, this is a great album, or else I wouldn't be doing an episode about it. I absolutely love this album. I think it's a great continuation. There are some songs that are kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say as far as saying blatant copy of songs off the first album, but some songs, you know, kind of feel like a part two to some of those other songs. But yeah, it's just, I think it's an amazing album. I think Tom Schultz is a damn genius. I did take some notes here, which I don't think I have to read because I think I already said everything. But I did take some notes as far as the songs, even though I shouldn't have, but I did it anyway for shits and giggles. And it starts with the title track, Don't Look Back. Now this album was supposed to be called Arrival. That was the name, but ABBA released an album called Arrival like a year or two prior to this one. So they had to change it to Don't Look Back. And which is the title track, which is what starts the album. And I mean, that song is so killer, but I think what makes it even more catchier is that tambourine. That tambourine is so cool. It really does add to the music. And my God, it's kind of lengthy, but it's so catchy. What a great opening riff. And of course, the great Brad Delp, which I did an episode about, because he's like one of my favorite singers. I mean, the guy was just amazing. Wake up and go to sleep. And she's like laying on my lap. She's too adorable. So yeah, Don't Look Back. And it's a radio staple, probably the biggest hit on this one. And it's just epic. Alright, the next one is called The Journey, where Tom Schultz said that The Journey is his favorite song off the first 3 Boston albums, which is odd. It's like a little instrumental. He wanted it to be longer, and everything on it, I mean, it doesn't have drums, but everything you hear on it is Tom Schultz, with some rhythm guitar playing from Barry Goodrow. But, you know, it's a short little instrumental. Kind of sounds like, you know, a travel through space. But it's cool. But it goes into what I feel. I mean, and I'm not saying this to be, you know, that guy, because this is the song that is so perplexing to me, because this song has every single element to be on classic rock radio, and it's not. It's a song that never was a staple on classic rock radio, and it has all the killer components to make, you know, basically all the songs off the first Boston album and Don't Look Back are constantly played on the radio still. It's Easy should have been that song. That it should have been a hit, it should have been a single. It wasn't even a single on the album. And yeah, I'm saying it right now, man, it's always been my favorite. Ever since I bought this album, I always thought It's Easy is just, it's a great feel-good, hard rockin' tune with a cool little, you know, bridge mellow, like I wanna get close to you. And that guitar work, man. I can show you the way. It's just a game we play. I love the hell out of that song. It's just beautiful. It's everything I love about Boston is in that song. I don't know if I can say it's my favorite Boston song, because I'm sure I can pick something off the first album. I would say, oh, Peace of Mind. That's my favorite Boston song. But this is my favorite Boston song off this album. And definitely criminally underrated. I just, still to this day, I don't understand why that song is not more popular. It's weird. It has been, through the annals of time, become a deep track. Weird. And the next one, oh man, what a beautiful ballad. And I did a note here, because this whole album was recorded at Tom Scholz's Hideaway studio, basically where he did the first album. But this song, the piano was recorded by Dave Butler at Northern Studios in Massachusetts, which he was the engineer of the album. And my God, the guitar work on this song, A Man I'll Never Be, is, man, it's up there with one of the greatest melodic guitar solos I've ever heard in my life, and he does different ones. And it's just unbelievable. And again, Brad Delp vocals. It was a single. It didn't really take off like Don't Look Back did. Don't Look Back was higher in the charts. But on occasion, I do still hear A Man I'll Never Be. On those rare occasions, I do listen to classic rock radio. And that closes side one. But my God, what an amazing voice! What an amazing, you know, talent. And you know, again, guitar work on this song is just, those solos are just songs within songs. They're just downright beautiful. And that's the end of side one. And then we flip the album over, and it's Feeling Satisfied. And this song, kind of like I was saying earlier, this one sounds like Rock and Roll Band Part 2. It's got the same vibe, you know, and this was a single. And it's just a fun, good rockin' song with a cool chorus and hand claps like you hear in More Than a Feeling and Hitch a Ride on the first album. I love those hand claps, man. And great song, Feeling Satisfied. It's awesome. But I will say, It's Easy's better. That should have been the single. But it probably wouldn't have done as good as Don't Look Back, because Feeling Satisfied is awesome. And I think that even did less than A Man I'll Never Be. Alright, the next one is called Party. And this is a song where Brad Delp co-wrote it with Tom Scholz. It's a hard rocking track, and this one is kind of, to me, it kind of sounds like Smoking Part 2 from the first album. Alright, the next one, this is an odd one. Use the Bad News, which was one of the B-sides, I think, for Feeling Satisfied, or maybe it was Man I'll Never Be. Every time I would play this album as a kid, it kind of dropped off for me. I didn't like the last two songs. But now I love these last two songs. Now, the only time I ever got to see Boston, unfortunately, I didn't see the Third Stage tour, which I had the opportunity. I don't remember for the life of me why I didn't go, because that was my only opportunity to see him with Brad Delp, and I didn't go to that show. I think it may have to do with I was so turned off by Third Stage that I was an idiot. It was like, so what if that album sucks? Go see them do those classic songs from the first two albums. And just suffer through those Third Stage songs, except for, you know, Pull the Engines. I dug that one. But Used to Bad News, this song, Brad Delp wrote it alone. He's the lone songwriter on this song. The only time I ever got to see Boston was, I don't know, maybe 10, no, maybe longer than that, maybe 12 years ago, where they had the singer that was from, they saw him on YouTube, and he worked at a Home Depot. Man, that guy could sing. And they played Used to Bad News, which I always thought was some kind of deep track. I didn't think that was ever played live, though it might have been. But I was like, wow, they're doing this one, how odd. But I already got to the point where I loved the song already, and I was like, oh, cool, they're doing this. And some of the lyrics in this song has to do with the struggles they were going through with the record company at the time, the pressure they were going through to release this album. It's kind of in the lyrics. Also in the lyrics of Man I'll Never Be, some of those parts is kind of like talking about the pressure they were going through. But Used to Bad News, great song. You know, and like that instrumental Journey, the Journey, Tom does all the instruments on here except for the drums and obviously the vocals. And Barry Goodrow does a little rhythm guitar. It's pretty much like the Journey, but with drums and vocals. And Tom did everything on it. And it ends with Don't Be Afraid, which is, you know, it's a great song, but it is my least favorite on the album. And this song goes all the way back to the demos, you know, because pretty much the first album sounds like the demos, or maybe they are the demos. Can't quite remember. I don't remember what producer it was. I think it was Tom Warman that, you know, they came to him to produce the album, and he heard the demos and he's like, I can't bet on this shit, release this as it is. And this was one of the songs, Don't Be Afraid, was one of the songs on those demos before the first album, Genesis of the song. I don't know if it was exactly like it, because I never heard it. But yeah, it's a great song, but yeah, he is right, it is short, but I love short albums, I don't care. And Don't Look Back, man. Hey, do you like this album? Yeah? Right on. How about this? You like this? Watch her ears. Look at her. Wait, stand up. Look at her ears when I do this. They perk all the way up. It never fails. Even in the middle of a yawn, her ears perk up. I never get sick of it. This dog is the best. The best pooch ever. I love you, baby. She just wants to go to sleep. I'm going to leave her alone. And now I'm going to leave you guys alone. But I want to thank you for watching. And one day I'm going to sit down and study that first Boston album, The Inside Story, because I know there's a lot to do with it. Because I would love to talk about that album, because I think that album is perfection. And at the time was the biggest selling debut album of all time. And there's not a bad song on it, man. It's just perfection. And I gotta say, I was inspired to do this because this morning I saw the Daily Doug. If you don't know Daily Doug, check him out. And he was with his wife listening to the first Boston album. And I'm listening to that like, man, I gotta review Don't Look Back. You know, because the first Boston album will be so, what are you doing? She just grabbed the doll and went to my other couch. She's biting the hell out of it. You can hear the squeaky. But anyway, hey, that's it, man. Boston's awesome. I mean, the first two albums. I'm not a fan of anything afterwards. You know, there was a song here and there, but man, that Corporate America. Wow, that was bad. But, you know, this is a band that took 2 years in the 70s, which equals 200 years now in the 2020s, you know. But it's It's a great album, man. Even though Tom is not happy with it, felt like it was not really finished. But Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne felt the same way about Diary of a Madman. And to me, Ozzy never made a better album than that. But I will say, this is not as good as the first one, but it's damn way, miles and miles better than anything they've done after this, in my opinion. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you like to subscribe, please do. And Bang Bang Pizza Skull's that little notification bell. And if you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. So, stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and SHMACKEMAGOB! Bang Bang Pizza Skulls!